Well. It looks like Earth's greatest superhero spy will be no longer.
You don't know what you're doing, Dr. Dreadful. These people haven't done anything to deserve this.
I know exactly what I'm doing. Once my thermal plasma ray turns you back to the dust that you once were, the feeble little Earth will be in my control. They will all pay. I bet you'll...
Dr. Dreadful, I'm sorry. Can you just get on with it, please?
As I was saying, they will all pay. I bet you're wondering what I plan to do once you're gone. Why, I'm doing what I'm doing.
I really wasn't, actually. I knew you were up to no good. For real. If you're gonna do something, just do it. You have me tied up to a chair. There's no sense in telling me everything.
Well, shut up. Let me start from the beginning.
Okay, carry on.
When I was 4 years old, Henry pushed me down, and I fell right onto my bike handle. I had to walk 10 blocks to the hospital with that handle up my...
Just belt it out!
Nah, forget it!
What? No, wait, no, okay, carry on, no. Welcome back. That was for those who aren't watching. What exactly was that?
You can thank
Is it a
Mom
fart gun?
for giving this.
Is that the fart gun from Despicable Me? Is that what that is?
Mom sent it to me.
Oh my goodness. She would. She totally would. Oh man.
She sent it to me. I didn't even ask for it.
The fart gun.
Fart gun. I mean,
Fart gun.
I'm not gonna lie. Like this new Minions movie, there's like a fart bomb in the trailer, and every time I've seen the trailer so many times, and every time I crack up at the fart bomb. I just can't help it.
They're still going on with those things?
Yeah. So it's like the Minions. It's another Minions movie, but it's it's like the beginning of Gru. So, yeah.
I didn't realize they were still making those things. Milking it. Just milking it. Like everything else nowadays. Yeah, just for the extra buck.
I mean, I am excited about the new Jurassic Park. So.
Oh, man. Is it the final one as of now?
I don't know.
Like, have they said, is it the final, like, Jurassic World? Because technically it would make it a trilogy. The Jurassic World trilogy.
Like the new trilogy, yeah. I don't know. I could see them, like, because they're bringing in the old characters, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I could see them bringing it in to just kind of wrap everything up, and I could see them bringing them in to kind of like be like, all right, 3 more.
Yeah, and then it's Jurassic Galaxy.
Oh, well, this is
dinosaurs from
real.
Space.
No, this is for real. You ready?
Oh, no.
You ready?
Yeah.
I read at one point, and I don't know if this is still a possibility. But there was a possibility. Are you ready for this?
I don't know where you're going with this.
There was a possibility. No.
Barney would make a
for
cameo?
For Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious crossover.
Oh. Lord, no. No. That would be the end.
Yeah.
That would be the end times. That
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's in Revelation chapter 5 or something. It speaks of
I mean,
chariots and dinosaurs.
chariots and dinosaurs for sure.
Which
I mean,
this is
talks about dragons
chariots and beasts. Yeah, it's the Fast and Furious Jurassic Park universes coming together. That is the sign of the end times for sure.
Yeah,
Guaranteed. Oh, please no.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I think of this like like the Friday the 13th, Jason.
Oh,
movies.
how they just.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculous. It was.
Yeah.
It was like the final Jason, but that was like only the fourth one, and then it was like Jason goes to hell, and then it's Freddy versus Jason. How ridiculous all those were.
I know.
These movies nowadays are no better.
No.
It's the same amount of out of control. These Marvel movies, Jurassic movies, the Star Wars, the TV shows. It's too much.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, and you know what sucks? I usually go see them.
Yeah, I don't see all
every time.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen all of them, but almost every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of Marvel, and then they release a trailer for the new movie. I'm like, I'm gonna go see that one.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw the most recent Spider-Man. I had to. I mean, the hype was
that one was pretty legit.
It was, but in retrospect, it seemed kind of forced. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I loved the nostalgia of it, which I think is the reason most people liked it. But take that away. Say you've never seen a single one of those movies. Was it a great movie? I mean, it was just kind of a funny.
I like the idea that they opened, obviously, opening up the multiverse is just pretty much going, all right,
endless
we can do whatever the flip we want.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like, I feel like opening up the multiverse was almost like when they put the Avengers together, like the first Avengers movie. It was like, oh, you finally got to see all the superheroes in one movie. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
So this was like, oh, there's a multiverse, and it was like, I don't know. It was cool to see that, but it's like, what are they gonna do now?
I know.
Like,
I will say,
like,
Willem Dafoe's performance, freaking knocked it out of the park. And let me just say, it made me realize how much, like, a lot of people could disagree with this, but, his costume as the Green Goblin was, it was pretty classic. I mean, they called him, the Green Power Ranger. But looking back, I'm like, man, his facial expressions and everything, like, they should have really embraced that on that first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I was a kid, and the movie came out, and I remember seeing Green Goblin for the first time. Like, it was like an ad or something. And I was like, even as a kid, I was like, that's Green Goblin? I was so mad.
Yeah,
but
nothing like the comics.
Over time,
Cartoons.
It became Green Goblin, like... So, but yeah, once they did what they did, I liked how they incorporated like the classic Green Goblin
right
into it.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was cool. I liked it. I don't know. I saw Doctor Strange too as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. No.
Here's the thing. I like Sam Raimi. I liked the Spider-Mans he did. And, like, with Stranger Things 2... Doctor Strange 2... We can talk about that, too. yeah, we can. No, with Doctor Strange 2, he brought in that creepy factor, like he kind of made it a horror movie in a sense, which is cool.
Really?
Yeah. Not he brought in horror elements.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a lot darker in that way, and I liked it. I liked the way it was done. Because Sam Raimi has a quirky darkness, like not Tim Burton. It's a little darker than him, but like it's there's still a quirkiness there.
Right.
But I like that. But the story, not a fan.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I felt like it was kind of shallow. It was, and I feel like that way with a lot of Marvel movies, where it's like, they have these like, stories, and it's essentially, this one there was a bit more of an impact, but they're usually essentially isolated, like, ordeals. Like, it's not something that's going to, affect the world.
The
universe,
it's like at this point.
Well, yeah, or the universe, yeah. But it's usually a thing where it's like, like, oh no, they're gonna ruin my name. Like, all right, so you just like, I don't know. Like, I had to watch a movie about that, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just,
well, it's like, I mean, think about the premise for the new Spider-Man movie. Going back to that, like,
yeah,
how out of control it got just because Peter Parker wanted to. What? I already forgot how he got into that mess.
Yeah, I forgot too.
He didn't want.
His name was ruined,
Right.
and it was affecting his friends' lives.
Right.
So it was pretty much going.
College,
hey,
yeah. Like, they couldn't get into college.
Yeah, they couldn't get into college, and so, hey, can you reverse this? No, I can't reverse it because it's going to reverse everything. And he's like, no, please. And then he's like, no. And then, all right, fine, I'll reverse it. And then he's like, oh no, no one knows who I am. I can't. And then it's like, stupid.
It was very irresponsible of Doctor Strange. That whole thing was his fault, which I'm assuming the news movie dealt with that to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Not really?
No.
Well, he was the one who opened it because one
well,
teenager was like, do this for me.
It doesn't really touch on that, really. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
See, going back, it's just too much, and I get it. I mean, obviously, it's this uncontrollable beast at this point that, again, they will milk it until it's dry, which I feel like it's already dry, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I no longer am getting any nutrients from it myself. I've matured and I've moved on. From the Marvel
speaking
craze.
of other dimensions.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Stranger Things. Yes.
You watched it.
What?
We haven't talked about it. Did you? So you watched it?
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we binged it practically in one day.
Yeah. Okay. Us too.
Yeah. We like. I think we watched one episode, and I was like, I gotta go to bed, And then the next day we watched the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So,
man, I mean, probably don't want to spoil it.
No, we won't talk like
I know
a lot of, or we can just be like, hey, spoilers.
We could. We could. Just do your fart.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
Spoilers! Spoilers! Spoilers!
No, I guess we're gonna talk about whatever.
Can't say we didn't warn you.
Any of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But just overall thoughts, I'm not disappointed.
Oh no,
all.
me neither.
I'm really not. No. I've looked for things to maybe, be disappointed in, but it's pretty awesome. It is. And I think
Pretty good. Yeah.
for the trajectory of it too, I mean, they're all pretty much grown up. I am confused beyond belief, like how old they are, because I thought the older siblings were already like in college at this point. But I don't know how old. I looked up their actual ages. Like they're all seriously, they're all like 18, 20, 21 years old now. The young ones.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve is like your age. He's almost 30.
She's like a little dweeb.
Which, fun fact, you know the cop who's got the mustache? It's always
Hopper?
No, not Hopper. Not Hopper. I know he had the mustache. Yeah.
Oh, the goofy one?
The goofy one. Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like a year older than Steve.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
in real life. Obviously.
So weird.
I know. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, I'll say watching it, I was confused for a good while. I was confused for a good while because I was like, you know, they were done with their other thing that they dealt with, you know, the Demogorgons and all that. So I was like, and then this
Mind's Flayer, yeah,
new thing arose, and I was like, what? Okay, so this is the last season. They're gonna start this whole new thing,
right?
And then just kind of like, how are they gonna go anywhere?
Yeah,
that fast. But that last episode,
I don't know.
Pretty legit.
You know it's connected. You know it's all connected somehow. I don't know how it's connected yet, but like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the last episode kind of
it did,
you know, put it together.
But I still don't know as far as Vecna. That's not spoiling anything.
Oh yeah,
like what his role is in the Upside Down. You know, compared to the Mind Flayer, because initially I thought the Mind Flayer was the top dog. Like I thought that was, you know, and it still could be to some degree, but I don't know because Vecna doesn't seem like he would be the top dog, but maybe, I don't know. There could just be.
Well, like they said, he's like, he could be like the soldier dude that kind of does the dirty deeds for the Mind Flayer.
Right. So I'm like
that makes sense.
Right. So I want to see. Yeah, he's like a general. You know. In a military ranking type of deal, but I'm curious to see how they connect it. Because
I will say, someone we love is gonna die. I know that.
I know that because I'm surprised no one hasn't yet. I mean, even Hopper, you know, like because that was a big deal, and it was like, oh my gosh, someone finally died, like one of the main characters finally. But you were like, no, there's no way. And then that teaser came out like a week later after season 3.
I know
because And so, but I'm like, someone's not going to make it.
Die.
If not, maybe a few.
At least one person's dying. Though.
Yeah. I know. It's going to be because this is the last one. Like, it's confirmed, which I think is okay. Again.
Oh, me too.
Going back to milking out something good. Like, I don't want this thing to go out of control. I think this is a good time to stop. They're all like grown up at this point.
Yeah.
Even though they're like playing freshmen, they're like 20 years old.
Right. Yeah, I know. No, this is a good time to stop because I mean, you go any farther, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
Mid 40s,
Yeah.
Playing a college student. I know.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. Do you think now people have been saying it's like more gruesome than any other seasons because of the whole snap crackle pop deal?
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
It is, but do you remember the last season?
Oh yeah.
All the melting people, and then their fleshiness all clusters together into
Oh
that.
yeah.
To me,
Yeah, that
that's
was pretty
still that's still
I
one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I think it's this season has been more the most consistently gruesome. I feel like last season definitely had its moments.
Yeah, but it was more just shocking. And, yeah.
Yeah, but this one it's like I mean, at this point you kind of expect it. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
who's gonna
Yeah.
do yeah.
And the influence this
yeah.
season, definitely Freddy Krueger. And if you didn't realize, Robert Englund was featured in it.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Which is cool because like Vecna's character is very much like a Freddy Krueger,
100%.
like playing with your mind and going into this dream state. I was like, that's pretty cool.
And it's funny because Christy and I actually just watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've been going through Johnny Depp movies. So
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Something else to talk about.
Oh. Speaking of, he won, just like I said.
Yep.
Like, he won.
Yep.
Like I don't even have to say anymore really, because I feel like it's pretty apparent to everyone that he deserved that. So,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, that's all I got to say about that, really.
So you're celebrating his victory by. Are you literally going through just a ton of Johnny Depp movies right now? Like,
yeah. I mean, I have been. We have been lately.
Right.
I watched what was it? Don Juan DeMarco last night. Christy and I did. It's not what I expected. I thought it was going to be some like sexy romance movie, but it wasn't at all.
Oh.
It was actually kind of funny. Good. I liked it. Yeah. But yeah. No, we've been going through the movies because like I don't know. There's a few that I haven't seen and I'm kind of just like collecting them all too. So just kind of buying them.
Yeah.
And we're watching them as I go. We got the the IMAX Deep Sea that was narrated by him and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
And you remember that?
I forgot they did that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was back when IMAX, only did educational, documentaries on their screens.
That's right. Dang. So it was even that long ago.
Yeah.
Pre-Polar Express?
I'm wanting to say it was the same year as Polar Express.
Really? I didn't realize it was that long ago.
It was 2006. Polar Express was 2005. Polar Express was 2004.
4? Oh.
2004.
Even earlier.
Close.
Okay.
But, I mean, Polar Express was the first. So.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And we were there.
Yeah. We were there.
In Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Rapids, Michigan.
The little boy is from, and the author, Chris Van Allsburg? Chris Van Allsburg? Yeah. Where he's the author of the original Polar Express book is also from. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool experience.
Yeah, very cool.
We got to meet him.
Yeah. Just good timing all around for that.
Yeah. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. Haven't we talked about Polar Express on here before?
I don't think so.
No?
Like what do you mean before? Like within this season or in past time?
I thought within this season, I guess.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No?
Why?
All right. Well, I know, there's opinions out there about Polar Express, and I agree with them. I agree with them, but it's still a good movie. I really wish they would just remaster it. You know, I
Right.
feel like that's very doable, and if they just remastered the movie, it would be fantastic. So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it definitely hasn't aged, like the animation hasn't aged well. But
no,
for the time, it was it was the first of its kind, right? I mean,
yeah, it was the first time animating in that
yeah.
way.
So if you look at it like that, and which I do, if I watch it, you know, you got to look at the times and realize it's pretty incredible. But
Yeah,
definitely looking back, yeah, they are kind of creepy, lifeless.
yeah,
The elves.
they are.
The elves creep me out.
The elves are creepy.
They could have, the way they talk and everything, they could have done something different with the elves.
Yeah, they're pretty creepy.
They're like these like little New Yorkie, like these elves from Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah, funny.
Polar Express.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Johnny Depp because I'm curious.
Okay.
I know Pirates of the Caribbean is like favorite movies. We already talked about that. Like to watch, just to put on.
Yeah.
But like, is there like a Johnny Depp movie though that you can say is, I would say, except Pirates of the Caribbean, is there like one Johnny Depp movie that
Dude,
you like more than
this
all
might
the
not be a
others?
popular opinion, but I find myself wanting to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory all the time.
Okay.
Like, I think what attracts me, well, there's a few things that attract me. I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory just all around. Like, I love the book. I love the idea of it. But that movie is more accurate to the book than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So it brings to life the book for me. The fact that everything was like candy in the candy room or whatever. Yeah, like that's crazy. And I like when I watch that, it is like a totally different Johnny Depp. Like it's like Johnny Depp's brother. Like I just found a video of him like, you know, looking like Johnny Depp, doing that voice.
I saw that too, and it was weird. It was
and
wild.
I was like, I have been like I almost have needed to see that because it just doesn't register that that's Johnny Depp. You know, so that's why I like that movie a lot. I mean, there's a few movies that I like a lot. An animated movie, I like Rango a lot.
Yeah, me too. Rango's cool.
Yeah, that was the animation is amazing. The art in it's awesome. Like, that one's definitely a big one for me. I mean, there's a few.
I know.
There's movies that I like a lot.
Yeah.
It really depends on my mood too.
Like, an underrated movie, which I know you and I both love, Secret Window.
Oh yeah, see,
that's very underrated. Like I can't. I'm so surprised how many people haven't seen that.
No,
and if you like thriller movies, suspense movies, I mean, like it's a great one. Like it's so good. To me, it's one of those top like movies in that genre.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And the music's freaking incredible in that movie. It's so cool.
And I can't find a soundtrack for it.
I know. It's bizarre, just like how underrated it is.
Yeah.
And I love watching that one. Surprised how much of a family movie that was for us.
Right? I know, yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, that was like a family movie for us. I mean, obviously we're a little older, but I remember still being pretty young watching that one.
I mean, I think when I first started watching it, I was 12, 13.
Really?
So,
oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that would make you 8 or 7. That's actually funny that you say that, because I remember talking to Mom about that one time. Just how, because they were kind of strict on what we watched and everything, and I remember bringing that up, going, like, I couldn't watch this stuff when I was Connor's age, and I said, why are you cool with him watching it?
It's
and essentially she was like, it's easier.
it's the second child thing,
It is.
That's the case in every household. Second child always is,
gets away with everything.
Gets away with stuff. I know, it's true. Just how it is. Just how it is.
Yeah. Gee whiz. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. But yeah, Secret Window is amazing. It makes me feel a little psychotic sometimes after watching it.
Sure.
Like just yeah. Like and that's the thing too. Like, he's
Are you spoiling
the way
it?
He is.
Fart.
No, I'm not.
Fart gun.
I'm not spoiling.
Oh.
He's the way he is.
Yeah.
And it's very relatable though. Like, I can't tell you how many times that I've laid on the couch and ate a bag of Doritos because I didn't know what else to do. And I literally had a book waiting for me to write. Like
Yeah.
I just, you get the writer's block and you just like laying around, just don't know what to do. So you just sleep and snack and waste your life away. Yeah.
It's true.
And I can't eat corn on the cob without thinking Secret Window.
It's true. Same.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin
Yeah.
corn for me, but
Oh no.
it definitely has invaded my mind every time I eat corn. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one I like, I would say, is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Confession. I still have never seen that one.
Here's the thing.
Still
I don't
haven't.
blame people for not seeing it.
Yeah.
Because it is different. But I feel like if you're into Johnny Depp, you kind of have to see it. Like,
yeah.
it's like it was such a big part of his life, like Hunter S. Thompson. It's like you have to, I don't know, you have to see it, But it's like you have to watch it. The first time I watched it, I I was done. I was like, I don't know what I watched.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, it's good. It's wacky, but it's good. And I mean, for those who watch how much swearing's in a movie,
Yeah.
that one's it's not a good movie. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or drug use. I don't know. See, that's the funny thing. I don't know. I know people who watch language in movies, violence in movies, like sex and nudity in movies. But when it comes to drugs, no one cares.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. You notice that? No one cares.
No one cares. I don't know if it's like one of those things where it's like a trigger. Who knows? It could be a trigger.
I mean, it could be, but I've never met anybody who goes, "Oh, they're doing
drug use in
in
that." Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably
Probably
not.
shouldn't watch it."
Yeah. Yeah. Still probably wouldn't show like a 8-year-old that though.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose.
That's probably why.
I wouldn't choose
They
to
put
like
that in
be
there.
like, "Oh yeah, let's watch this," but I like, Oh my gosh!
Bless you.
Sorry.
Busy.
But no one has that, I guess, conviction of staying away from drugs.
Well, Staying away from drugs in movies. Yeah.
In movies. I know.
movies.
I know. I purposely left it out
movies.
because it's funnier. But I'm hilarious.
So I gotta
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
We've been on a 2-week hiatus here since our last episode because
Was it 2 weeks?
Well, we missed a week of uploading, so it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because of your tech fast that
Yeah.
you were so looking forward to. And I have to ask, how did it go? Because I see you've already started posting TikToks again.
Well, here's the thing. I
In
did.
no time
I
at
did
all.
miss. Yeah, I did. I did miss sharing things. I did miss
Uh-huh.
that. So there was one day I fudged because I watched the whole trial for the Depp Heard deal, and I was like, I am not missing them giving the verdict.
Yeah.
So I did watch that, but other than that, I stayed away from it. Things did adjust as time went because it was kind of it was interesting. I went into it going, I need to get away from everything, right? And then as time went, I found myself sitting there doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was keeping myself from creating because part of the creating process was going to be on my iPad. And then I was like, okay, I can't. If I want to create, I should be able to create, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting because throughout the week I found what was useful and what was not. You know, I actually ended up not drawing on my iPad, but I did when we went out shopping for like art supplies. I was like, oh, I need to bring my phone in because that's where the coupons are. You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I realized how much we needed our phone now because really everything is on there, right? You know, like that's just how it is now. Also, the other thing was like with family. So I usually try to, we talk at least once a week doing this. And then I usually try to talk to mom at least once a week. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to like, I'm still going to talk to my family, you know, like I'm not going to, I don't know. I found that more important. I don't know if you'd call that weak or not, but my biggest thing, I guess, was staying away from social media, which I did. I just I stayed off there, and even after that, I have gone on social media, but like not as much as I used to, and that there have even been times where I left my phone somewhere. You know, like I left my phone in the car the other day because we went shopping or whatever, and I get in the store, I'm like, I don't have my phone. Which is unusual for me. A lot of people that might not be unusual, but for me, that's unusual. So
that's how it is for most people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it did help me, and it helped me kind of see where it is needed, where it's not, and I don't know. I'm gonna keep on that track somewhat. I need to find that balance, you know. I feel like social media is important in a sense, but at the same time, it's not. So it's just I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
It
But
really is.
it was-
I think I feel like we're in a position where we have to accept it is a form of addiction. And I don't think people
100%. Yeah.
I think people realize that, but no one's really taking it seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, we kind of need to start taking it seriously. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to take
Yeah.
maybe the physical toll on your body like drugs and alcohol would in a sense. But it could. I mean, I freaking have neck problems from looking down
Well,
so much.
I was going to say,
just over the
I
years.
think it does.
And a phone and a
does, and I think
laptop
I think it chemically affects you too.
yeah.
You know, because you're now. I mean, I've noticed this. I mean, I think that's the whole reason why it's hard not to look at your phone, because you need you need that I don't know what the chemical's called, but you need that fix essentially. You know, you need. And so what do? You look at your phone. You're looking for notifications. Like you have to see what's going on. And
Yeah.
but you don't.
No, you don't.
So.
Like, I feel like I've known this, but I feel like just in this moment I'm realizing, like, no, this is kind of a big deal and we need to take it seriously, like,
Yeah.
because it can be seriously out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, just thinking about families and, you know, how many people just waste so much of their time on social
Yeah.
media and for really nothing. And
Yeah.
I feel like people believe they're gaining more knowledge out of it and learning more out of it. And you just can't do it that way. I mean,
No.
I mean, there's these two guys at work this morning that were just going at it about some of the dumbest things and trying to get me involved. And I'm just like, you know, and sarcastically, I was like, look, I know you two are experts on these topics, but I'm not, which is why I'm not saying anything. People need to realize you're not an expert because you watched a 30-minute or a 30-second TikTok on one subject and scrolled the comments for other people's opinions. Like, seriously, that's where most people are, like, getting their information these days, it seems like. And
I know.
it's rough, you know? It's like, it's that old saying, ignorance is bliss. You know, it's like, but I don't know where the line is. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know where the line is of having the benefit of knowing more these days, you know, knowing more of what's going on in the world and having more basic knowledge of more subjects, but then also just being loaded with garbage and things that are just flat out not true.
Yeah.
And forming your entire opinions off of nothing. Seriously. Not even people. I mean, you know, it's it's crazy. I mean, but I say all that because it all goes back to just it. At the end of the day, it is a form of addiction.
Yeah.
And I mean, seriously, there's one of the guys from this morning. He's newer. Not to trash talk him. I doubt he'll ever listen to this, but I trained him for a week. I kid you not. Like, he was sitting, you know, in the passenger seat of my truck. He was on his phone like most of the time and just telling me everything he was seeing on there, like going through his community page on Facebook, telling me all these issues going on in the community. And I'm just like, dude, you're looking for things to be mad about. You know, it's like, that's just so unhealthy. And I don't know. Yeah. It all comes back to just, we all need to chill out a little bit on on the social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah,
And-
no, I agree. There's a lot of, and see that's where I'm mixed about it, because I think everything has a good use. You know that there are things you can learn from TikTok, surprisingly. You know, like there are like easy tricks and whatever. You know.
Yeah.
I did see a video on TikTok, but it was they were saying how, and I found this interesting. What was it? It was talking about all the Christian TikToks out there and how how all these people feel a need to teach when they might not necessarily be called to be a teacher. You know?
Yeah.
And that is a dangerous place because especially as a spiritual teacher, teaching God's word, you are accepting a lot more responsibility there. And I don't think a lot of people are thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, putting out these TikToks, you better know that you're speaking truth, because if you're not, you're in trouble.
Absolutely. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there who have good intentions about it, but
of course,
man, but if we're going to go down that road too, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I could jump in. I could jump in this topic head first. Just the influencers, the Christian influencers out there, and I think they really believe what they're doing is right, but you're right. Like, not everyone's called to do that and put everything out there. I mean, even if that's what gets me is like, as like a Christ follower, as like a son of God, most of what you receive from him comes from a place of intimacy. It comes from a place of just you and him, and whatever you receive out of that is for you and him. And I feel like you have to be led by the Spirit to share whatever comes out of that place of intimacy, because it's like, obviously the Bible is there. That's the word. That's for everybody. But I really believe some things are just for you to hear. He's like, this is me pouring out for you, and you really have to be led to share out some of that. And so some people might actually be receiving that, but you gotta be careful just putting everything out there on social media. It's like, it's such a weird, again, I don't know really where the line is. I think at the end of the day,
I think in that sense, because I there are things that I think about, and I'm like, obviously when you get like a revelation or something, you're like, you want to share it. It's like, oh man, this means this much to me. It can mean this much to somebody else out there.
Right.
But in the same sense, I feel like some things need to be held off. Doesn't mean you'll never share it. But, I've run into people where it's like, you know what? I've had this revelation. It sounds like you need this now. It's a one-on-one type thing. There's some things where I think about, and I do post a status or whatever, and it's not.
I've done that too. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's, I don't know. It's I guess comes to conviction or whatever, but you gotta watch. You do have to watch what you say. I mean, good or bad.
Yeah.
It's just some things might sound good to you and be taken as bad, you know, like, one thing I struggle with, that I've really been thinking a lot about is truth and love. Those are two things that I've been thinking a lot about, because God gave us, you know, the two greatest commandments: love your God, love your neighbor, right? And so, okay, to me, a part of loving is being truthful with one another, even if it hurts.
Yeah.
Is there a time where you are quiet about the truth? Not necessarily lying, but when you're quiet about it, you know, like, depending on the person. Am I showing love by saying, goodness, I don't know who listens to this. There's a certain group out there that is celebrating this month. I don't agree with them.
Right.
Am I showing love by saying, you're wrong? You know, because that is truth, but is that the right way to go about it? Because I know there's a lot of people who believe that.
Yeah. But
I don't, I can't say that I totally agree with that every time, you know?
Right.
Even though I don't agree with them, I'm not gonna put up that fight, because I don't think now's the time. I think they're in a moment where they need to be shown love in a different way, in a sense, you know?
Yeah, no, I think I just look back to the life of Jesus, and the way he would correct people, like, really the only, like, if you really look, the only people he really directly, sternly corrected were the
Pharisees.
The Pharisees.
Yeah.
Because they did think what they were doing was right, and they were the ones slandering all of those who, yes, were living in sin, but they were not going about it in the way that,
in the name of God.
Yeah. And the love of the Father. And so, but then he would go up to a prostitute who was moments away from being stoned. And, you know, I mean, his focus was on those who were putting her down, which what she was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, what she was doing was wrong. But he was pointing to the ones that were not showing the love of the Father to her. Yeah. And then dealt with her. And then was like, hey.
Well, and,
he was like,
I think,
who do you see who's against you now? And she was like, I see no one.
Yeah.
He's like, and then that's where he was like, go and sin no more. And obviously, you know, it's, I mean, I say it's not that simple. Can it be that simple? I believe it could. It could to some individuals. It could. But I just look at that. I'm like, to me, I think the focus should be on those who are ridiculing that group of people in the wrong way. And maybe it's showing them what's wrong. So that,
well,
you
I
know,
mean, the whole thing
know.
about, you know, judging and stuff, like, we, you know, Christian to Christian, we have the right to judge. You know, we have that right. If we're seeing, you know, a brother or sister doing something that is not Jesus-like, you know, not, then we have the right to be like, might want to fix that, you know?
Right.
But yeah, that has been brought up too with people outside of the church. Like, don't worry about everything else. Just love them and then let Jesus do the rest, which is very hard for me as a human to be like,
sure.
Yeah, but if they don't know what they're doing is wrong, that, like,
right.
So,
Right.
there's that kind of stuff too.
So it's funny you say you've been thinking about love and trust, or no, you said truth. You said truth. I thought you said trust, but I'm thinking of trust now, because I feel like there is a point where you do have to yield and trust that Jesus can do what he absolutely can do. And it's the whole picture of planting a seed, because it's really not your job to grow it. It's like, you can plant that with just a glimpse of love without even telling that person what they're doing is wrong. You just love them. And somehow I really do believe somehow just by doing that, it does something, just on a spiritual level to eventually sprout something, and you do really just have to trust that Jesus actually does know what he's doing. And to me, and people could bash what I'm going to say, but it really does make things easier. And let me tell you, it's not supposed to be hard. It's just not.
That's something
you're
I've
not
realized in the past year.
Yeah.
It's like it's so stupid how simple it is. Like there's just it's literally comes down to believing that God that Jesus wiped your sins away. Honestly, I feel like that's it. It's pretty much going, you did that for me, and everything else will come.
It is like you're absolutely right. That's it.
Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Believing that Jesus died for all of our sins. Because I feel like when people get on that idea of he died for my sins, I feel like it starts becoming a self-righteous thing. But when people start believing, like, I don't know, stripper over here, like, he died for her.
Yeah.
Like, I need to love her.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's something else that people need to watch is, like, I feel like people see loving one another as like a ministry and it's not. It's like, no, you love that person as a person. So you're going to love that person like you love your brother, or you love your mom, like you love your friend. Like they are valuable just as much as them. That you need to see them as a person, not a project.
Well, even more so, a son and daughter of him as well.
Yeah.
It's, and I mean, you're absolutely right. That is the only way to go about it. Man, I was gonna say. Oh, I mean,
sorry.
I know you put the focus on the particular group of the month, but you're right. It's
flavor of the month.
Flavor of the month. Oh gosh. It is what it is, right? But we know it's wrong, but I can confidently say I screw up pretty often.
Well, yeah, me too. Yeah.
And all of that is just a misidentification of who you really are. Like if you can pull all that back, take down all the titles that make people who they are. You got the drug addict, you got the trans person, you got the
artist,
the artists, the corporate greed. I mean, I'm gonna put all the those are all titles. Take all that down, put it on a one level, and just call it misidentification. That's all it is. These are all things that are just getting in the way of who these people genuinely are. And it's not to take away what makes them unique. In fact, there's something even more unique in them that these other things are blocking. Yeah. Because they I mean, all these people want to belong. I mean, you're out of your mind if you think you don't want to belong. Everyone wants to belong to some degree. Yeah. And all these things are just ways to belong, and in a dysfunctional manner, and it's just, and it's not to take what makes these people away. It's to take it away so that the real them can really shine through. And and that's what it is. I know I've said this before on the podcast. The actual definition of sin is hamartia. It's the Greek word hamartia, which literally just means to be misidentified. That's what it means. It's not one thing in particular. It's not, you cussed out a driver today. It's literally that. Yeah. What you said to that driver today wasn't you, and Jesus took that away so that you could obtain who you really are.
And that's as simple as it is too.
It is that's simple.
Wrapping back to that is as simple. He took that away. All you have to do is say thank you and accept that. That's it. It frustrates me so much because it's like that is it, like that, and that is the one thing that keeps so many people from crossing that line, and I just find it. I think that's one of the things that makes me go, okay, this is real, this is true, because people can't simply go thank you. They can believe in all this other stuff that's crazy and out there. Not saying that, there's a lot of crazy stuff in the Bible, like there is, but like there's all this other stuff that's just like way out there, and stuff that people are still coming up with that's way out there. And people are more apt to believe that than to just be like, oh, this guy died for all the bad stuff that I've ever done, and all I have to do is say thank you. It's like it's just too simple for people to understand. It's like it just blows my mind, and I mean, honestly, it's too simple. Like I've just realized this not too long ago. Like I've made it more complicated than what it has or what it is. So I can't blame people, but at the same time, it's like, man, once you know it, you see people struggling and like lost, and it's like, just take it.
That's something we've been talking about too. It talks about, I believe in Galatians, and I'm screwing this up. People who know this, like David and Marcus, will probably just rip me to shreds that listen to this. But we've been talking about this being pierced. Like it literally says, until you're like pierced with the revelation of righteousness. Yeah. And because all that means is that like you're already righteous in his eyes because of what Jesus did for you. And so I talked about what sin is, hamartia, which means to be misidentified. So you know what righteousness means? We all were taught, I think I've mentioned this too on another podcast, but we were all taught righteousness means to be in right standing with God, right? We were all taught that, right? I mean, you can recognize that. Yeah. To be right standing with God is to be righteous. Well, God is righteous himself. Yeah. How can he be right standing with himself? Well, righteousness, actually, the Greek word for righteousness is diakousene, I believe. And it literally means...
You can say anything and I'll believe you.
It's shish kebab bologna. No. Diakousene.
Euro tzatziki.
It's called Euro tzatziki. All the onions. No. But it literally means to be as you ought to be.
Ah, yeah.
So you look at sin, hamartia, which means to be like misidentified. What's the opposite of that? To be as you ought to be. So God is as he ought to be since beginning of whatever he came from. He is just as he ought to be, Alpha Omega. He is as he ought to be. And so when we are taken out of misidentification, we then become as we ought to be, righteous. That's all that means. And it's like, I mean, how beautiful is that? Just to like think about, okay, you were misidentified. You did this. You struggled with this on a daily basis. You made your entire life out of this one, group, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, like we've talked about. But
I mean,
let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
any group, really. I know.
Yeah.
But like in a moment, you can become, you are as you ought to be. And that's the craziest thing, because we all feel like we have to climb our way to that. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. But it's actually, you are already that. There's just things blocking you. Like I said earlier, there's all these things that are, it's like a freaking lampshade. It's just like, there's this bright light right there and it's already on. Yeah. You just have to remove all the obstacles, and then there you are. There you are.
You talk about having to climb through all that to be. So I had this question brought up to me by a friend. So he was with this lady, and they were having issues. He's not a Christian, but she is. She's a Christian. Yeah, I don't know where she stands. I don't know her, but whatever. So, but she was like very religious, right? And he's not a Christian, so but she was wanting him to go not just to church, but to her church, but in particular. And he was not a fan of that. And one of the things she brought up was, if you sinned and then you're on your way home and Jesus came while you're on your way home, you go to hell. And he brought that up to me, and I was like, he was like, what do you think? And I was like, I was like, I don't think that's right. Like, I don't. The way she's the way she said it was almost like, you do not sin at all, and if you do, you need to repent right there and then, or else you're screwed. Nope. Right. And I was like, I don't think it works that way.
No.
So but it's funny though, because there's so many Christians that believe that.
I know. Oh yeah. So many talk about that. I mean, I can think back to being younger and having anxiety going to bed, thinking like, oh my goodness, if I were to die in my sleep right now, would I make it? Like, okay, did I mess up anything?
What did I do today?
Like, yeah. And then but come on. Then your mind is consumed with what is wrong with me. What did I do wrong? And that's all that becomes. And I can even think back to times when, I don't know, I'd come out of my room and I couldn't find anybody in the house. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, everyone's been taken. I've been left behind. Everyone else was doing good except for me. What? What did I seriously? It would cross my mind like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
did
me
this
too.
happen?
Me too.
Did this happen? And then y'all would be like in the backyard or something. And I'd be like, oh my god,
Right? Yeah. That's what you
Kirk
get for
Cameron
sleeping
didn't
in.
come yet.
What did you say?
I said Kirk Cameron hasn't come back yet. I mean Jesus.
Kirk Cameron.
I know.
Man.
But seriously, that is, to me, is actually just so incredibly sad, because
Yeah.
when Jesus died for our sins, it's literally every sin ever. Like,
All your sins.
if you're doing perfect today and tomorrow you went out drinking, shoot, maybe you even had a freaking one night stand, I don't know, and you were to
Yeah.
drive home the next day and not even think about what you did was wrong at all, and you were to get in a car crash and die, you still were
David.
forgiven. You were still forgiven.
King David.
King David. Yeah.
He was not a pure dude.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, even in the midst of
Yeah.
sin, like, even my thing is, you can't put a limit on the love of God. You can't.
No, you can't.
You can't. And if you think you figured out how far his love can go, it goes even farther. And
Yeah.
I can't tell you how far that is, but I've just accepted that, and that's good news.
Just I feel like I have to say this
Good news.
to anybody listening. That is not a free pass to go have a one night stand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
But
it's not wise to I guess reach out to people who are not Christians while having a one night stand with that person.
Yeah.
Usually kind of makes things hard.
Yeah.
Screws
Yikes.
things up.
Okay, just stop talking. Stop talking.
Sorry.
Stop talking. But that brings up another point. People think, because what we're talking about here is grace. It is just an abundance of grace, and so many people are afraid to talk about grace because you do think, oh, we're just giving people a license to sin now, like.
Yeah.
But really,
Free pass.
it does something. Like if you really, again, if you really do receive that piercing of the revelation of righteousness, it does something in you.
You don't want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like you don't have that, like that's what I tell people. I'm like, it's not like when I receive that, when I tell people that don't know what this feeling is, I try to tell them in a way that kind of makes sense. So I tell them, I go, once you receive that, you have this love. You have this love for what Jesus did for you, what God did for you. And just like you would do anything for, I say, I would do anything for my wife. Mm-hmm. And in that sense, I don't do anything for her because I'm afraid she's going to get mad or, I'm going to lose her or something. I do it for her because I love her. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not doing things afraid that God's going to smack me. Like, I just always picture this hand, behind somebody just ready to go, pow, in the back of the head.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of people think that. But that's not why I do what I do. I do what I do because I have received this love that I want other people to feel. Like, I want them to feel this love. So I'm going to do my best to show that love to other people, which comes to love your God and love your neighbor. Mm-hmm. And in showing them my love, I hope that they see and feel Jesus's love to the point to where they want to accept that as well. But that's that.
But that's when
I don't.
and that's when you also got to be selfish, because if you haven't received that love yourself,
Yeah.
then it's not going to happen, to those around you. Like, that's when it's not about the religion. It's not about the steps. It doesn't have to do with any formula. Heck, it doesn't even have to, it's not even about forcing yourself to outreach and be like, all right, I got so much anxiety. Like, I'm standing on this street corner. Hey, do you know? No. It's like, of course you don't want to tell people about Jesus because you haven't taken the time to receive that love for yourself. Like, again, coming back, like, it's an intimacy, it's between you and him, and whatever comes out of that place is what, people need.
Exactly.
Well,
and you talk about staying on the street corner and stuff, that's another thing that people need to realize is, ministry is literally all the time, everywhere.
Right.
Like, it's not standing on the street corner. Some people might feel the need to stand on the street corner and tell people, Jesus loves you. I don't know. Like, if you feel that way, do it. But, but like, for me, I know a lot of my moments come with, I'm very much a one-on-one kind of person. So I need to invest into people. I have my friend at work, and I don't know. I feel like I need to invest in him. I felt a push to do that. And, there's not that everybody isn't special or whatever, but he stood out to me. And I had a yearning to help him. I saw something in him that went, and you're it right now. And so, that's my calling. Also, honestly, and that's the other funny thing. I feel like I have a red mark on my nose, and it's really driving me nuts.
I can't really tell.
No, but another thing is, so, we're artists. For a while, I felt the need to, like, do Christian art, like, do like, prophetic art and stuff like that. And there's times where I feel like stuff crosses my mind or whatever, and is given to me to create, but that's not it most of the time. I don't feel I don't feel like that's my outlet it's really strange. Like, I don't create, like, my books and stuff. They're kids' books, so they're gonna have some kind of moral there, but, like, it's not there to preach, It's not. That's not its purpose.
Right.
But
and not to be weird with it, but I think about. I mean, Jesus wore I guess it was a shawl or just whatever, his clothing. It was enough for the lady who struggled with the blood issue to crawl through a crowd of people, and she believed in her heart, like, as long as she just touched his garment, that she was going to be healed, and she was. And it was in his garment, I mean, and I do believe that his presence, you can't contain his presence,
No.
There's a song by this guy, Chris Burns. He has a line that says, "There is no place safe from his presence." And
Yeah.
so your books, as you're writing those books, and it's like I really believe, like there's a presence that can come out of someone just holding that
too.
book and reading it, and that's where you have to just trust Holy Spirit, like that. Anything you do,
100%.
I'm wearing one of our friends'
Yeah.
shirts right now. Now his does have like a message to it, but
Yeah.
I just believe that it can come down to just putting on the garment, like
One of the things that I like, I find interesting. So my friend Ethan, like I was a fan first, right? So
Yeah.
I found this show on Hulu called Axe Cop, and it was about a cop that chopped people's heads off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it was crazy because like I the way it was done, I was like, I need to find out who this creator is, because I just had this sense that he was a Christian. And and I found him and have become friends with him, and he's been a mentor to me and everything. And he's a great Christian, like he is somebody that I look up to. But it's funny because that presence stuck out through this ridiculous cartoon.
Yeah.
And I don't know how exactly, but there was just this sense of this dude seems legit in a spiritual way.
Yeah.
And it was weird. So yeah, I do believe that things that God will even use the material things to
Right. My thing is like, it's like worship is not just songs, and it's not even, and it's not even singing, specific lyrics of worship. Like, is it? Yeah. I mean, that obviously is worship, but it's not just that.
Yeah.
It's when you're writing these children's books, if it comes out of a place of worship, how dare I say that can't change someone's life,
Yeah.
If I'm building a piece of furniture and it comes from a place of worship as I'm doing it, how dare I say when someone takes a seat in that chair, they don't feel his presence. I mean, it's just like, I'm not going to put any of that in a box. And I think that just, again, it all comes back to being as you ought to be, righteous.
Yeah.
Being as you ought to be. And when you are, you do these things out of a place of worship, genuine worship that can change the world in such a bizarre way, just through presence, just through carrying presence. And that's not weird. I know people could, shoot that down, but like, I just think about Peter just walking by people, it's because he just carried that with him.
Yeah.
And it's that's the beauty in it all. Like, I'm just realizing it's not about heaven and hell. Like, yes, that's a big deal, absolutely, but
it is.
It just goes so much deeper than that. Like, because if it's just about heaven and hell, well, then you're looking forward to dying.
Well, not just looking forward to dying, but you're living your life in fear.
Yeah. Okay, Kara just walked through the door and making fun of our very spiritual, in-depth talk.
I was just making fun of your laugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rude.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Love you.
I love you too. Love you too. Wow. Wow. How rude.
Ridiculous. Hey, so different topic. Today was the first day I rode my bike to work.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. You probably heard that back crack on the mic.
I didn't.
You probably will, though.
I probably will, yeah.
Rode your bike.
No, I rode my bike to work. Woke up at 5:30 this morning. Make sure I had plenty of time. And got to work early because I gave myself a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I did it.
That's awesome. Dang.
Did it. Yeah.
Was it good? Was your
Oh yeah, it was a
pleasant
pretty good
experience? Ride? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got to get used to it. You know, my legs will start burning like halfway through, but
Yeah.
and it was a bit humid today, given all the storms and whatever. But yeah, it was a good ride. Good ride.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's something I think a lot of people would love to do, but most people aren't that close to their jobs. That's
that's
special.
part of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to take advantage of that, you know? So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We'll see if I do it tomorrow.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I guess no. I don't know. I might be able to. So I clean our church, and so I usually do that on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
Go directly there from work, and
Yeah.
it's not that close.
Not that close this time.
Yeah, that would take me a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. It was beginning
awesome.
of a new era for me.
It's good.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I've gained 10 pounds these past few days.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
So
we don't have to talk.
Is that what
this
happens?
podcast
You
is already
gained
going
10
so
pounds
long.
when you turned 25?
Well, after what I ate, it
Pretty sure
feels
that's
like a
what happened to
freaking
me.
brick in my stomach, man. Oh my goodness. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I wish I could poop right now. And I can't. It's not happening. Yeah.
I mean, we could make this a special, you know, just we could do like an extra like special episode just called Connor's Pooping.
Oh my goodness. No.
It's just audio of you.
Oh no. What the heck? No. Oh.
Now, okay. Question: Are you still a loud pooper?
You said still a loud pooper?
Yeah. Remember, you used to believe, and I don't know if you still do, but you used to believe that grunting helps you poop better.
Poop better because that's what they do in Asia. That's what they do. They squat and they scream, apparently, from what I've heard.
I wonder what could you imagine walking by a public restroom?
Yeah. I will say, I don't like yell out loud, but I do like a little sometimes, if necessary. If necessary. It's not even that loud. It's more just like it's like I would be screaming if I activated my vocal cords, you know. It's like
Yeah. Oh, well, I remember when you first found this out, every time you went in the bathroom, you were not screaming, but you were
It's best if you do it in Japanese.
oh my gosh.
Maybe I need to give that a shot, actually. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it's like sitting like a brick in my stomach. Like it needs to.
I believe
Something
in
needs
the,
to come out.
I believe in the squatty potty. That's a definite win.
I think Kara made me get rid of my squatty potty
What made you get rid of it?
because she was embarrassed by it.
What? Okay, so ours is actually two separate pieces, so you can just stack it and then set it next to the toilet, so it's not like always in front of the toilet. But I don't know. I made fun of it when they first came out, but when I tried it, I was like, that works.
I agree. Sometimes I gotta like lift my knees up, to just make something
do the
happen.
whole cannonball position. Like,
yeah.
Wrap your arms around your legs and.
No joke though. Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious about
I got to. I got to. Oh man. Wait.
Open the door and see Connor.
Wait. Oh. A little bit. But nothing. That was all it was. Yeah. You might have heard that. Yikes.
Ridiculous.
Well, we've gone on for about our hour 30 minutes. But before we go, can you do an impersonation of...
Impersonation?
Or impression? What is the right terminology? Impersonation, impression... What?
I think you do impersonations.
Okay.
Like, so impersonation would be a noun. But
okay. But but it's a verb too, like I'm impersonating.
I'm impersonating.
That's a verb.
I'm in
But you can't
impression. I don't
impression I don't know.
I don't
because we go back and forth with them. But anyway, can
know.
you do either an impersonation or an impression of Brad Pitt?
Oh my god. Oh man. Gosh. Jeez.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's just Brad Pitt. He doesn't really do...
Brad Pitt is just Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of chill.
Yeah. I can't quite figure out his accent, but it's almost like...
I mean, he's got like... I think
kind of
it's
New
like
Yorkish.
a California accent.
Oh, really?
Well, I think...
Well, it's kind of like
he's
a...
got, there's a slight... I've noticed like people from California will have a slight like southern little twang in there. Like it's just like just slight. Like barely in there. But it's there.
Well,
I feel like you just talk and then just hope it sounds like Brad Pitt.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a line or anything he says, but
I know.
Just say like, I'm Brad Pitt. And
I'm Brad Pitt. I'm Brad. No, gee whiz, I don't even know where to go. Like some people it's so like there's something about it that, but his is just so.
But his voice is pretty distinct. That's the thing. It is distinct.
Yeah, if you hear Brad Pitt, you know who it is. But like, there's nothing that just like stands out. It's almost kind of like Johnny Depp in a way. You know, like Johnny Depp is hard to like pinpoint.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a bad impression.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a bad.
We've settled this long ago.
A terrible impression.
Okay. Just say like I'm Brad Pitt and
you're watching Disney Channel.
and you're watching the Disney Channel. Sure.
I'm Brad Pitt and you're watching Disney Channel. So bad. Oh, man. I want to hear you try Brad Pitt.
No, you have to do someone different.
I've done.
We can't.
I've done ones that I've made you do. No,
What?
I'll give you someone else. I just want to hear you try to do Brad Pitt.
Brad, you can't do that. I give it to
I've
you.
done it. I've done ones that you've done that I've
You
made
didn't
you do.
have to do that, though.
But it's fun. I want to hear you do it.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Do it.
that's not fair.
Do it.
It's like Brad Pitt. Hey, I'm Brad Pitt. I'm Brad Pitt. And you're watching the Disney Channel. Was that good?
All right.
Was that good?
All right. I got two. I'm trying to decide which one I want you to do. One's gonna be way harder than the other.
This is ridiculous. You made me do two. So, or you're making me do two. Because the rules are I give you one and then you give me one. I don't do the one I gave you. Anyway.
Yeah, but sometimes I want to hear it. Okay, I'll give you the easier of the two. Do Kelsey Grammer.
I don't.
Frasier.
Oh, Frasier? Oh, him. Shoot. Well, see, I barely even watched that show. See,
You want me to give you the other one?
I mean, I know I can like kind of hear his voice. He's kind of got like this. I don't know, but see, I haven't heard him enough to really think about it. He's got like a, it's like a little bubble,
Yeah.
a bubble thing at his throat thing. I don't even know though.
I'm Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey.
I'm Kelsey Grammer. I don't know.
I'm Kelsey. See, now I'm just trying to do your voice to try to get it because I can't think of it. If I heard it, I might be able to figure it out, but I can't just pull it out of my memory like that.
I'm listening. I don't know.
Kelsey Grammer? This is... I don't even know.
You sound like the dad from Coraline when he's talking all slow.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna give you the other one.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
gonna
All right.
say,
At this point, just whatever.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase. Joy to the world.
That's cheating.
I mean, that was.
Hey,
It's got
Russ.
like this.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Man. Because he has a very distinct like upper range,
Yeah.
like when he yells and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like it gets all almost scratchy.
Come on, kids, let's go to Wally World. Like
Let's go to
it's like
Wally World.
cartoon.
I know. Yeah.
Let's go to Wally World. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, that's so hard.
wouldn't even-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to actually have like the vocal structure of his to
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
try to replicate that, but I don't even know.
Oh, I got another one. I just thought of another one.
Oh my gosh. You're just throwing all these on me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Jeff Bridges.
Cousin Eddie?
Cousin
Drum roll.
Eddie.
Drum roll, please. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of somebody says. Drum roll, please. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't figure that one out.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
He's like, good grief. Oh, man. Jeff Bridges.
I kind
He's like very, hey guys.
I just like going with the flow, man.
Just like go with the flow, man. Call me the dude. I don't know. That's all I got. Those are
He goes
3
up high
short
too, doesn't he?
snippets. Huh?
Yeah. I said he goes
It's-
up high too, doesn't he?
Sometimes.
You
Yeah.
know, I just don't think. I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
you gave me too much,
I know.
and I'm brain dead at this point.
It was fun. I
Brain
feel
dead.
like the audience deserved that after a week hiatus.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. They totally deserve it. It almost sounds like a bad thing. You
Yeah.
deserved it.
You deserve this. For not listening to us for a week.
You deserve it,
Jeez.
man.
Deserve it.
Well, I'm tired. I went into this one pretty tired as is, so
Me too.
I'm tapping out, man. I'm tapping out.
Tapping out. Ding, ding,
I'm tapping
ding.
out.
I'm out of here.